Little Things, Rumour Mill, and Mardi Gras on episode 339 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I'm your host Tracy. Tonight I have with me Lee.
Hello,
and Darren.
What's up, Internet?
Now, as Mardi Gras at Universal Orlando is underway, we thought we'd cover the event with a little more than normal this year.
With a little bit more of normal.
No, that I said. Not
With.
of. With? I said with.
Yeah.
Do you want to take over?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Really?
This is trying
Part of
to
the course.
make Tracy incredibly jealous that we're not going out there for this until
I'm
next
going
year.
next year. I don't care. So yes, Chris isn't with us as he's enjoying the festivities now. Oh, fine.
And
Okay.
meeting and
Yes.
hanging out with rock stars.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
You know, no big deal.
It's okay. That's me next year.
You know
That's
where to hang out in
fine.
Strongwater Tavern in Sapphire Falls to meet the
You know, I'm going there anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're going to hear about Chris's experiences in 3 weeks' time. And in 2 weeks' time, we're going to be sitting down with show director for the Mardi Gras Parade, the lovely Blake Braswell.
Again.
Yes, he's fantastic. So, replacing Chris for the next two shows will be one of our bloggers, Maddie. Hello, Maddie.
Hello.
Hello, Maddie.
Yay!
Hey.
Yay.
Welcome.
Maddie, you don't have
Thank
to
you.
sing on this one.
Ah, thank goodness.
No, that's the next one.
Oh, yeah.
340 is a musical show, isn't it?
It might be.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So how are you, Maddie?
I am doing very well. I did not get a lot of sleep last night because I was at the Dan and Shay concert at Mardi Gras, but it was totally worth it. So here we are.
Yes, I've been following
Excellent.
your exploits on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes.
And actually, speaking of you replacing Chris, funnily enough, I do believe you bumped into Chris yesterday.
I did, yeah.
That's
It
awesome.
was it was so random and funny, but it was awesome to actually meet him in person. So that was nice.
Cool. Right, well, speaking of Mardi Gras, it is basically a Mardi Gras show, let's face it.
Well, we haven't, to
You
be
know.
honest, we haven't really covered Mardi Gras on the show much at all.
No, that's because I wouldn't let him, because if I wasn't going, we weren't talking about it. No, I'm not. I'm kidding, but...
Darren, how many times have you been?
To Mardi Gras?
Yeah.
A lot. Well, I mean, if you're talking about individual times, probably like 20 times, I would say, because the
stop
couple of
bragging.
years when Nina was living up there over by the college, we were going every weekend, pretty much every concert night, for a few years. So, yeah, a lot of time. But yeah, for a good 5-6 years solid now. Until this year, not going.
No.
Maddie, this is your first year, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, this is my first year ever going. So
Very cool.
You're gonna
It's
feel
so
it.
much fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Seems like
I
they've
can't wait.
really upgraded the event this year from the
That's
previous
what it
years
looks
too.
like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is great. We may not having my ticket anymore.
I can't believe I've got to wait a whole year.
Normally it doesn't bother me. I kind of watch the stuff and it looks cool. And this year, knowing that I'm going next year, I'm like, oh my god, it looks amazing.
I know. I'm so
Yeah. They're just
excited.
getting the new stuff ready. This is like prototype year, and then next year they'll have it perfected for you guys.
Hopefully.
Put it this way, I'm even looking to see if it's possible to have my hair dyed Mardi Gras colours
Oh, that would be cool.
to go out.
That would be awesome.
So it could just end up being a mess. But hey, anything goes at Mardi Gras, right?
Apparently so.
So, right. Should we talk about something else that's very close to my heart, actually? Food. Specifically, Mardi Gras food.
Of course.
Maddie, I believe
Yes.
you have something to tell us about Mardi Gras food.
Yeah, there is a lot of Mardi Gras food this year. So we're going to take a look and we're going to go through all of the different food options. They have been changing it up this year by making all the food and drink items tasting size, which is really nice because it gives you a good opportunity to sample everything, especially with the lanyards, who I believe Darren is going to talk about in a little bit. But to start off, they have a bunch of different booths, and each booth has 1 to 2 different food options. So we're going to go through the food options. I believe I'm going to say this correctly. I was told yesterday at Mardi Gras, this is how you say it, and it's the crab étouffée, French étouffée.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
That's how I looked up.
Yep, that's how
I
I was
looked it up
going.
beforehand, so Lee didn't make a fool of me.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I saw too. So you're good.
Yeah. So this is your classic type of étouffée dish with the rice and the crabs smothered in a very delicious savory sauce. I have not had this one yet, but it does look very good, and I've heard good things.
It does look good.
Well, Chris,
Yeah.
speaking of those lanyards, Chris actually has one this year.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got the full one, as Darren will tell you later on. Maddie's already professional. I like this already. She's already like, Darren, we'll be talking about that later on. The 15-item one. So he tested some food yesterday. And I hate him for
He
it.
was saying that it was such a good deal.
Yeah.
Like, it really is.
Definitely.
And it takes you, like, if you don't use all of them the first day, then you can come back and use them a different day, which I think is genius.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
It's a reason to get you to go back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I wish they kind of had it for horror nights, but, you know, it's fine.
It may
Hey,
be
they
a
might.
test.
Yeah, might be a test.
That's true. That is very true. Because I know SeaWorld does tasting lanyards for their food events. So it
And
may
Epcot
be.
kind of does that card for food and wine as well, doesn't it? Don't they?
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah, they have the gift cards. Yeah. So
It looks all right. It looks brown.
My only thing is I don't like crab. So if it was chicken,
Well, I think you're going to struggle with a lot of these because it's all
It
sort
looks-
of
it-
seafood
I know
based, isn't
it
it?
looks it looks really nice. It does look really nice, but I would avoid it just because I don't like crab.
I'm going to be eating all these on my own next year.
I'll try them.
yeah, it's a lot of seafood. I have a good friend who's come with me a few times, and she's allergic to seafood, and she's like, "Well, beignets it is."
Yeah. Well, oh dear. Damn it.
Yeah. Oh, bummer.
Well, when you think about it, though, where Mardi Gras originates from,
Oh, yeah.
it is seafood.
Mhm.
Yep.
You know.
Very true.
I think it's the jambalaya that you can get without
Yes.
the shrimp. So
Okay.
at least there is like certain things for people who don't like the things from the ocean.
Yeah.
I like fishies,
Fishies.
just nothing else.
Cool, yeah. So continuing with the food, we have the po' boys next. So there's the catfish po' boy that has the coleslaw and the hot sauce, and it's also served with the kettle chips. And then there is a brand new shrimp and andouille sausage po' boy, and then there's also a chicken po' boy.
Oh.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm happy.
The question is, what's Jade eating?
The bread bun.
Yeah. Our daughter's vegetarian, and it's like, oh, okay. You're going to starve and we're going to fill ourselves up.
Oh no.
Luckily, Lisa's Tea House of Horror will be open during the day.
That's
She can
very
stock
true.
up. She can stock up.
Have some grass.
It'd be
Yeah.
interesting to see whether she relents when she steps foot in there.
She
like,
won't. I can tell you now, she won't.
when she's faced with chicken and waffle sandwich.
She won't. You met our daughter. How stubborn she is.
We'll see.
Convictions of a teenage girl. No.
No, the andouille sausage one looks gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Everything looks so good. They
Yeah.
have like little dish setups of like everything that's served at that stand, like by the cash register, so you can like see it before you get it,
That's
which
cool.
I
That's
think
always
is
good.
genius.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next is going to be the king cake, which is a classic, and it's a king cake. It's like a personal size king cake. This is one that I did have on opening night, and it was really good. I wish that it was like a bit warmer than it was, but it was still really good. I had a challenge eating it though because I was wearing lipstick with glitter in it, so I was like trying really hard not to smear all of that purple lipstick everywhere, but it was really good.
It looks good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Everything this year is very like Instagram worthy, like food Instagram worthy.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
They seem to be picking up on Instagram and the power of it
They need
lately,
to.
you know.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Presentation is very important.
Absolutely.
It's so
Especially
smart.
when you're doing, especially when you're doing the small dishes like that. You
Mm-hmm.
can't. There's no reason not to. So
Yeah.
It's perfect. And then we get into more of your classic New Orleans Mardi Gras food, which is the gumbo, the jambalaya, which we said is also available without the shrimp. The red beans and rice, also available without shrimp. And the all-time classic, the beignet. So all delicious food, very, very good. And they also have this year the Twisted Taters for Halloween Horror Nights,
Cool.
but with just the one seasoning option, and that is a Cajun option.
Obviously,
Of course.
yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they also, my favorite food that they have so far, or that I've tried so far, is the Gator Bites.
Oh, yes.
They are so, I think I've had it maybe 4 times now, and I've only gone 3 times. So they're
Awesome.
like, it's so good. So good.
Interesting.
I'd eat it all. I'm not bothered.
Do it,
I'm
Gator.
going to have one of those lanyards
You
on my
gotta
own.
try. It's like
Yeah.
for most people, it's a fun novelty. But yeah, I mean, around here where I live, like over at Treasure Island, every restaurant has that on the menu.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a normal thing. But it's cool for people that are coming in, and you can actually eat some gator.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
And it's all very reasonably priced. Like if you don't have the tasting lanyard, nothing is like too expensive for the size that you get, which
Okay. That's good.
is
to
a
know.
good thing for someone like me. There's a lot of student loans. So
Oh dear. It does look really good. I'm not a huge seafood fan, but I'll quite happily eat shrimp. I've had po' boy before at Pat O'Brien's and stuff, so it's all something I would quite happily eat.
Yeah, I do most of it too.
I'd try
Oh.
certain things.
I heard about another food item that's not on your list here.
Shh, it's on Little Things if it's what I think you're going to say.
Okay. Never
Something from some other event that it's already been mentioned.
mind. Possibly.
Yeah.
I was watching a video from Tim Tracker before this. So I got to see all this food and everything ahead of time.
Awesome. I do believe Seth mentions it in Little Things.
Oh, I'll have to listen.
Yes. We will. It's amazing.
That all looks really, really good.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of the things is they finally starting to pick up. I know we sort of ragged on Universal last week with not doing add-on events, which again we will get to later on in this show. But like little things like having the tasting lanyard is again them sort of channeling what Disney have done relatively well with Food and Wine, and finally starting to look at things like that and giving people better options to be able to try everything without it costing you a fortune.
yeah. Yeah. Cool. Right. We shall move on and do some Producers Club birthdays with me. February the 23rd, we have Joseph Scala's birthday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
And he said hello there for some reason.
Hello.
That works. Hello, happy birthday.
I do believe Joe was on that Producers Club roundtable with us, Maddie. I'm sure that was
Yes.
Joe, yes.
Mhm.
Because he seems to have different names here, there, and everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got
Oh.
aliases.
It's like Joe something else. And
Well, hopefully we didn't break your cover or anything.
Sorry, Joe, by the way.
And we also have the birthday of Shane Stoots. That's on March the 3rd. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Yay.
birthday.
I hope you all get lots of lovely cake.
King Cake.
King cake. Yes.
Mhm.
Right. So we are going to head on over for a Little Things with Seth.
Hi, this is Seth Kabursky from the Unofficial Guides, and I'm back with a bite-sized edition of all the little things that are new around the Universal Orlando Resort. We'll start out in Islands of Adventure, where construction on the new roller coaster going into Jurassic Park has finally closed off the rear balcony of the Jurassic Park Discovery Center. That means you won't be able to eat your Burger Digs lunch on the back balcony, and we also will have a little more trouble getting a view of construction on that new attraction. Over in Universal Studios Florida, the Men in Black Alien Attack attraction has recently gotten some quiet refurbishments.
Yes.
There's been an upgrade to the large screen that you see in the standby queue, and some aliens that haven't been functioning for quite a while are now back in action. Around the corner, the ET Adventure has made some operational changes in response to a recent guest injury. Ride vehicles are now being paused before they come into the unload station so that team members can make a safety announcement and visually inspect all the guests. This new safety procedure has significantly reduced the attraction's capacity, so your wait in line will now be longer. Also in Kid Zone, a new green screen photo booth has been installed to promote the upcoming movie How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. You step into the box, positioned outside of animal actors, and sit on a replica dragon while watching some clips from the film, and you will get a video of yourself emailed to you. This photo booth experience should be available in the park through March 12th. Speaking of limited time experiences, the Universal Orlando Annual Passholder Lounge on Hollywood Boulevard has had its operation extended through March 31st. And we'll finish up with some tasty Mardi Gras news. Universal's annual Fat Tuesday celebration is off and rolling. And here's a tip. The famous Halloween Horror Nights pizza fries are available during Mardi Gras.
There you go.
Only if you use the Universal mobile ordering app. If you're still hungry after all of that, Voodoo Donuts and City Walk is selling a special Mardi Gras beignet during the event. And you can keep the Carnival celebration going at the Caribbean Dinner Show over at the Sapphire Falls Hotel, where kids get free admission with the purchase of an adult ticket through the end of March. That's all for now. I'm Seth Kabursky from the Unofficial Guide to Universal Orlando. You can follow me on Twitter at TheUGSeries, and I'll be back soon with more little things that are new around the Universal Orlando Resort.
I still find it hilarious after all this time that Universal started clearing all this space in Jurassic Park and not really said, I know we rag on them every week for it, but it's like nothing. They haven't mentioned the thing. Not something's coming, but we're not going to tell you what it is. We're just going to chop a load of trees down and fence a load of places off and not say a word about it.
Yeah.
However, there is an announcement coming on March the 11th, I believe.
Everyone reckons that's going to be the Potter coaster, though, don't they?
Yeah. So, but again, it's not really. That's only. It's more than a rumor, but it's not being properly announced.
Because aren't they just having some sort of?
Wait, what Potter coaster?
I know, right?
I don't know what you guys
What
are
the
talking
team members saying, though? Like, I want to know what the team members are being told to say at Burger Digs when people are like, oh, like, why are they tearing down all of these trees? I should have asked, but
like they usually say, oh, they don't tell us anything.
Yeah.
That's usually been my experience with most people. Like when they were doing Kong and everything like that, if you asked anybody anything, that's what they would say. So
yeah.
Oh, they never tell us anything down here. So
it's weird though, isn't it? When you look at Disney, it's like the Tron coaster isn't opening for another 2 years. They announced it 18 months ago. You can see all that, what. So they've cleared all that space behind Space Mountain, but they've told you what's going there. Universal literally haven't said a thing.
there's also a big sign, like a big Tron sign behind Dumbo. Like, you're like on Dumbo and you're like, oh, construction. Oh, Tron. Great. That's fun.
Yeah. The same thing at Busch Gardens. Like Busch Gardens starts promoting like before they even clear the land out. They've got like signs out like something's coming. Check this out.
I remember
when
when
pictures of the attraction and everything.
The first time we went, when they walled off where they were building no, it was Chikra, and they were teasing that, and that didn't open for a couple of years after we went for the first time, and yet they were teasing that something was coming. Whereas Universal have just got, we're putting walls up, we're going to put some Jurassic Park things on it, we're chopping trees down. Knock yourself out, internet.
Hey,
figure it out.
They don't need to put the effort in because
Alicia's doing it all for it. Yeah.
So it's all good. They like to do it differently. It's all good.
I think, I don't know.
Marketing is weird.
Do you think it would be better if they came out and told us, or do you think it's better that they haven't and we can discuss it? Which do you think is better for us?
Do you know what? Speculation. It's fun. Everybody's,
But then you're setting yourself up for a fall, aren't you?
Oh, it's all. They probably just enjoy all the speculation as much as everybody else does.
Yeah.
So they just sit there and say, "We're not going to announce it because we're going to miss out on all the fun."
Wait until they find out it's another restaurant.
Oh.
Important thing about the pizza fries is that you can only do that on concert nights.
All right.
And it's a little stand. It's like a little kind of encampment, I would say, that they have like put off to the side. It's actually behind the concert area, so kind of near Monsters Cafe.
Right.
And so you order online on the mobile app, and then you go there to pick it up.
Okay.
So,
And it's only from 3 to 7,
there you go.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have a girl standing out in this just caged off box, like with barricades, holding a pizza fry, being like, "Hi, yeah, you can order it over here." And the pizza fries are just in her hand, and
they have like
pretty
they have like stun batons in case you get too close.
They also have a beignet slushy that they're selling at the beignet king cake stand. I just watched the Tim Tracker video, and he tried it like yesterday when he was there, and he was like, "It tastes like a liquid Krispy Kreme donut."
Oh. And I was listening to the Diz Unplugged today, and Craig and Rhino were talking about it, and they were like, "No, it's far too sweet for me. I'm not even going to try it."
Yeah.
I don't know. They can do weird stuff with drinks, and it turns out really good. Like the candy corn drink at Horror Nights, I thought I would hate. I actually liked that one. So
they also have that. I tried it the other day. It's the 3-tiered non-alcoholic slushy, and you can get them like separately flavored, but you can also get it where all 3 are in the same cup. And it's like lemonade, green coconut, and mixed berry.
Well, there's Tracy out.
Yeah.
Lemonade, that's fine. After that, nope.
Yeah, the lemonade one tasted just like a lemonade slushy. And then the mixed berry one, I was like, okay, like this is good. But the green coconut one, no. No.
Just a coconut drink. What?
Yeah.
Coconut. Ugh.
Well, I showed a picture of it to my boyfriend Kyle, and I was like, "What do you think that green flavor is?" And he's like, "Oh, green apple." And I'm like, "No, try again." He's like, "Lime," and I'm like, "No, try again." He's like, "I have no idea." I'm like, "Green
Come on,
coconut."
it's obvious.
Totally natural. It's fine.
Yeah, it's the first thing I think of.
Oh. Well, speaking of drinks, Darren, are you going to tell us about the Mardi Gras drinks and the lanyard?
Well, I sure will.
So smooth.
As soon as I scroll on down there. All right. So we have some specialty drinks. They still had a lot of those split cups from Horror Nights, and they got to use them. So you're getting square split cups that you can't use at home for anything, really. You like put water on both sides and see which one empties first. That's fun. I like
My
that.
straw melted in the dishwasher.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's great.
That shows you how
do
good
that.
those Flaming Mo cups are, because I'm still using mine from 5 years ago.
That's just held together by stickers. That doesn't make any sense.
I know,
How are you doing
Jade.
that?
I've
Every
got
night,
2
babe.
of them.
Every night.
He's like, I love it. It just leaks all over the place. It's just like, whatever. I don't know.
Every night these two use them, and every night I'm ready to shout when they leak all over my
And
settee
they're
or
still
my
perfect.
armchair. Oh, they're not. You watch
Are you out there
tomorrow.
buying like new little stickers for it or
Nope.
something?
Nope.
Wow. I don't know how that's working. That's crazy.
I
Well.
won't use it because how do you clean them? Ugh.
True. Gross. Well, there are. Oh gosh. Well, disgusting trap there at the bottom. Oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Anyways, square cups. Before we get to the square cups, though, let's talk about the immediate headache bar. The Mimosa Bar. New this year, we have a bar dedicated to mimosas. And, that's a great thing to have at brunch if you like to have a hangover before you go to bed.
Yeah.
So you read that right. You get to try unique flavors like caramel apple, raspberry rosemary, mojito mint, and more.
Right, if I had a mimosa,
Mimosa's Bucks Fizz.
that's champagne and orange,
Orange juice. But obviously they've decided to do other
okay,
flavours.
I would try one of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, they're taste really good and they're very tempting and you feel really nice for like an hour. And
Yeah.
yes, and it's hangover city. It's terrible. And then I could just imagine just being in the Florida heat for the rest of the night after that.
Yeah.
Just not fun. Okay, but you can do that if you want. And
I
then
will.
also,
I will try one.
if you are an experienced bruncher, you might be able to overcome that. So, next up, the signature drinks. Like I said, they come in the square cups. if you're looking for a non-alcoholic option, we've got the Bayou Bog Water, complete with gummy worms and fish, blueberry boba beads, and lemonade and ginger ale mix.
See, that sounds really nice, lemonade and ginger ale. I'm just not sure about those boba things.
I found it a bit weird.
I was going to try the fishy green ale the last time we were over, and I actually got talked out of it by a team member. He went, really, you want one? I was like, yeah, I want to try it. He went, I wouldn't if I was you. Really? No, really, I wouldn't. I was like, okay, then I won't.
I like it. I guess I'm weird. I don't know. Sometimes you just want a refreshing cup of toothpaste, and it's perfect for that. Actually, that doesn't come in a square cup. I was lying. That's just a regular one. The ones that come in a square cup, I have hardly any information on here, so sorry about that. We have the Carnival Cocktail, the Ragin' Jambalaya, and then when you mix them together with their powers combined, they form Vicious Voodoo.
That was Rumbalaya, Darren, not Jambalaya.
I was going to say, liquid jambalaya? Holy crap!
I wouldn't put it past them. But one is flavored green and the other is flavored yellow.
and then the other one's green and yellow.
I'm guessing vodka's involved.
Maddie, have you had any of them?
I did, yeah. I had 2 on the very first night because why not? And they're good. They're sweet. I think the Halloween Horror Nights ones have a bit of a more like sour flavor, but these ones are definitely pretty sweet and do contain quite a bit of alcohol.
Oh.
So
oh, God.
Definitely eat before you do it because I made that mistake.
I'm definitely going to look back through your Instagram stories with a different perspective now.
Just opening night. I haven't done it since. But. The Ragin' Rumbalaya one has rum in it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then I think the Carnival Cocktail is
that doesn't have in it, does
it? Oh, God. All right.
I couldn't help it. If the Ragin' Rumbalaya has rum in it, why doesn't the Carnival Cocktail have...
It's got carnivals, Lee.
Oh, my God.
Sorry.
Well.
See, after Saturday, I didn't think you could get any worse.
Anyway.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. So, and then you got also a wide variety of craft beer selections, it says here, too. So,
always good.
Enjoy.
In a Blinky cup.
Oh, nice.
I do like my Blinky cup.
You don't use your Blinky cup anymore.
I do every now and then, but I've not really been drinking a lot lately, have I?
No, you need to before we get over there.
Yeah.
Don't forget, 2 events, our next trip. Horror Nights this year.
Yeah.
And Mardi Gras next year. Mm-hmm. Some serious drinking got to go on from one of us, and it won't be me.
I don't know. You drink more than me now.
Not by much.
You got to conserve your Blinky cups. They don't last forever.
I know.
Can you replace the batteries in them?
Yes, you can. They're like watch batteries, but you have to peel off the bottom of it. It's kind of a pain.
My Mardi Gras split cup, I brought it home that night. I washed it and I put it on my dresser. And I was in bed, getting ready to go to bed with all my lights off. And suddenly the light just turned on by itself.
That'll be the battery going.
And it stayed on. And then it started flashing. And then it turned off. And I picked it up and turned it over. And the battery and light thing just completely fell off.
Oh.
I was like, well, I don't have to deal with it being possessed in the middle of the night. Great.
Yeah.
All right. Also this year, like you said earlier, new for this year is the tasting lanyards. The sampling lanyards give you the option to try your favorite tasting dishes for one price. They can be used on all nights of Mardi Gras, so you can come back and use them again for another night if you have leftovers, which is really useful for the annual pass holders, which are the ones that are most likely to use it.
Oh, I don't know. I think people coming over from the UK, if we were going over there for...
true.
A week, even when we come over for a week, it's something I'll look at, and then especially with Jade not eating meat and Tracy not being a huge seafood fan, it doesn't mean I'm having to ram $60 worth of food down my neck in one night.
But like I said, so the breakdown on the pricing is you can get a 5-item lanyard for $30, 10-item lanyard for $50, and for pass holders only, you can get 15-item lanyard for $60.
And that's the one That's the one Chris got, so we will hear all
Yeah.
about that when he comes back.
Yeah. So basically, the math works out if you want to try to aim for food items over $5, and
Yeah.
if you can do that, then it's well worth it. So
So apparently the drinks are included in it as well, which is a surprise. Normally alcohol's not usually included in things. I don't know whether it is at Epcot, Maddie.
well, yeah, Epcot's just a gift card.
Oh, is it?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just a gift card that you load up with money.
All
It just
right.
makes it easier at like checkout. But the tasting lanyard drink sizes are smaller than the it's like a sample size
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's better, though,
That's
isn't it?
probably
Because if you
wiser.
get something and you don't know whether you're going to like it, then a smaller
Yeah.
sample. And then if you want,
Yeah,
you could
you
get
can
a
go back
bigger
and get
one
one,
anyway.
That's what
Mhm.
Busch Gardens and SeaWorld do on their side too. It's the
No,
exact
I
same
think
thing.
it's a really good idea. I think if this succeeds, I think you could quite possibly see it for Horror Nights.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think the food at Horror Nights seems to be getting more and more every year, especially last year with all the Stranger Things stuff.
Yeah.
They're definitely upping their food game at Horror Nights and stepping away from the alcohol a little bit. It seems,
Yeah.
from outside looking in at least.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely not. Not having the bars, the full bars everywhere,
Yeah.
at least. But yeah, just going. I wouldn't say like moving away from alcohol, but moving more towards like beers and wines and that kind
Right.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a ton of beer options this past Horror Nights.
Yeah, I think they want to keep people on the lighter stuff because it's the hard liquor. People are just like slamming drinks and
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's 90 degrees and it's hot and there's a
Mhm.
million people and it's
And then
dark.
you go through dead exposure and you're like, nope, yeah, done.
I think that's the thing you've got to
On
look
the
at.
ground.
I think a lot of people
Yeah.
are looking at it from the point of view of a guest experience, walking around the parks with drunk people. But I suppose you've got to look at it from a scare actor point of view as well for their safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a huge thing this year.
It
Was like every week you'd go back, there'd be like a different change in the scare zones or the houses, and it was all based on safety.
Right.
Yeah.
You
It
can't
was
blame them.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, they've had a lot of unfortunate situations. And
hmm
they've just been talked about more in recent years, but it's been happening,
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
It's a rough job, I'll say that, especially
Oh.
being out on the streets.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Houses are no joke either.
No.
No. Okay, it's now time for an ad with the lovely ladies at Mouse and Muggle.
Mouse and Muggle Travel Company, our services are completely free to you. We don't just do Universal, we can do Disney, we can actually do anything. I don't know if anybody knows that. We can do anything. We can book absolutely anything, and it's super easy. We have a website, just go to mouseandmuggle.com, and we have a link there for a free quote request. You just fill it out. That email comes straight to me, and either Robin or I will handle it, or if we're a little bombarded, then we'll send you off to one of our expert agents. But we'll take good care of you. So reach out to us at any time.
Okay, time to talk about the parade at Mardi Gras now. Universal Orlando's Mardi Gras Celebration 2019 includes their signature parade, of course, and as they do every year, they've added all new floats to the event, and this year's parade theme even, is Party Animals. Cool. Guests will experience returning fan favourites and brand new vibrant floats with lively characters decorated with animals from around the world, including jungle, Arctic, swamp, and more.
How many other areas are there apart from jungle, Arctic, and swamp? Desert, I suppose.
Desert.
Yeah, desert
Urban.
biome. I'm thinking of Minecraft. There's also I think that's it. Plains biome. Yeah, that's it.
'Cause tundra's Arctic, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Urban.
You said urban.
I know.
There'll be all
Lovely.
foxes.
In your bins. Or raccoons. We don't have those, but,
No, the same thing.
paint to fox,
There are
black and white.
alligators that live in Florida.
Yeah. See? Your everyday street animals. So, yes, we've all got pictures of the floats.
And everyone listening hasn't, unless you go and look for them.
So I'm assuming you wanted us to go through and describe them.
You can do. And then,
So-
Maddie, you've obviously seen the parade, so I suppose you can comment on them more than we can.
Sure, yeah.
Cool. So the first one I've come up to is an
A
Arctic
tribute
one.
to SeaWorld.
Yeah, it does actually. It
Oh,
looks
look,
like
there's
that.
Puck.
Lovely shades of ice blues.
It looks
And,
cool.
you know, we have a whale and a walrus and some penguins with jester hats on and a polar bear with a very fetching Mardi Gras mask.
Yeah, that's nice.
That looks... I was going to say it looks cool, but that's a bad
The
joke.
walrus, though, is like, I am not participating in this.
Yeah.
No hat. No.
No.
Yeah, it hasn't literally everything else has got something on. He has not.
Yes.
Yeah. That looks quite cool. Next one we have is a jungle one. Lots of greens with a nice temple in the middle, as it seems.
Oh, please tell me those are the monkeys from the Dora float.
Yeah.
Are the actual guys jumping around, or?
No, they're just stagnant.
Oh.
But this float actually has fire on it,
Ooh.
which
Okay.
apparently is like the first float in the Universal like Mardi Gras parade to ever have fire, I think.
Oh.
So it's like, and it's a lot of fire. Like
Yeah.
that'd be a
I guess then
warm,
it's
like
a good thing they don't have acrobats on there.
yeah.
Look, we all
But
know
I'm
what
sure
happened
it's
to
like a
Maleficent.
hot one. Oh man, but she's back. So.
Yes. You see, I'm looking there and I see bananas. Are they throwing bananas from this float instead of beads?
Very painful.
I'll have a.
They
I'd rather
have-
have a banana.
Yeah. This year, though, they're doing, and this is from my boyfriend Kyle, who's been going every year. This year, the parade or the floats are throwing like the original Mardi Gras colored beads, but every float also has a signature colored bead.
Ooh.
Yeah. So like the Arctic float has like a light blue bead, and then they also have like a dark blue one. And the jungle float has like a very like pretty orange. It's really cool.
Oh, it's something to collect.
I'm
Got to
looking
have the
forward to
set.
I'm looking forward to seeing more colors on the tree going out to the parking
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
like-
full.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say this
Yeah.
would look really nice.
It's so cool that though, isn't it? I love that they do that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I do too.
Now the next float, not sure what it would be.
LGBTG crane.
Because well, thing is, we've got it could be, I don't know,
Heron, crane, whatever.
Indian, because we've got the
It's-
peacock.
The sky.
I feel like cherry blossoms.
But
Yeah.
that's like,
That's-
well, Japan, isn't it? Sakura.
Yeah, but yeah, then
And
you got
yeah,
a peacock.
Cranes
Yeah,
and swallows, and it's very pretty.
yes.
Mhm.
It's very pretty.
It does look very pretty.
Yes. Lots of
Yeah, all the performers with this float have these like beautiful, beautiful, like big feathered costumes.
lovely.
It's so nice.
Right, this is
Yeah,
absolutely
definitely.
killing me. I never thought I was that bothered about Mardi Gras. I'm desperate to get out there now.
Just like to point out, see, I'm always right. Just takes me a few years to catch up.
And then next we have the Candyman float.
If that's what you call candy.
Bees. Why did it have to be bees?
It's like a meadow, isn't it?
I like it.
With bees and a snail. King snail and queen bee.
And yeah,
That's quite nice.
I like that one.
Yeah. I wonder if that's maybe like a conservation statement or something like that.
Yeah, possibly
Yeah,
the
kind of
bees.
important. Yeah. Save the bees, yo.
Yes. Like
Yo.
the bees. And then we have an underwater one.
Yeah, the Aquaman one.
The Aquaman one. I'll be very disappointed now. Another underwater temple and a nice big turtle and a treasure chest. Obviously where they keep all the Mardi Gras beads.
That turtle looks angry.
Yeah. That is not the Disney one.
That looks quite
Quite
nice
sullen.
as well.
Yep. Oh, and the next one's all the food you can eat at Mardi Gras.
Yeah, this would be the swamp one.
Pretty much. There's a gator, there's shrimp, there's lobster.
Lobster.
And
Actually,
A
just
frog.
throw samples from this one.
Yeah. Ollie.
what? Well, it pretty much is.
Well, actually, look
Literally
at
the
that.
one thing that's not is frogs, and maybe they have it somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Frog's legs.
It's a lot of booths.
Yeah. Just looking at that gator, though, you can only see the head, so maybe it is missing its tail.
On its jaw.
Yeah, if you go to the Gator Bite stand and ask for the jumping gator, then, yeah, that's the special frog.
Yeah.
They all look
cool as
really
well.
cool. I like the
They
look
do.
of them.
And I like the fact that there's new every year, so it doesn't get stale and stagnant.
Yeah.
Now, if you are an annual pass holder, you can also enjoy the parade from a special viewing area in front of Mel's Drive-In. And if you're interested in riding and tossing beads from Mardi Gras parade floats, well, you can sign up. If you're a pass holder, you can sign up for a chance to be a Mardi Gras even float rider with up to 5 guests. Now we'll put the sign-up link for that in the show notes. Now there is an insider tip. Love catching and collecting Mardi Gras beads from the parade floats? Make your way towards the Horror Nights.
You're an obsessed woman.
Yes. Make your way towards the Horror Makeup Show to catch both the beginning and the end of the parade.
Yeah, that would be kind of where Tim watched the Christmas parade from in his video, and you get to see it come in and out.
Yeah.
I want to be on a float.
I was just going to ask Darren, have you been on a float?
No, we've tried to sign up for it and never got picked for it. So,
Maddie, how hard are you trying this year?
I signed up for it when the email came out, and I actually got picked to be on the float for the second day. But that was the day that I actually had to go in and do my Universal interview. So I had to skip it. But I've also learned that there is a standby line every day over by the music or the stage, the concert stage.
Right.
And I think it starts at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and then it stops at 4. So you can go and be in the standby line. And the weekends are like pretty busy in the standby line, but I've noticed the weekdays aren't that bad. So I think within the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to try and get on one of the floats.
It's something I definitely want to do.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Without a doubt. I mean, I still remember back when they were doing it at Horror Nights. That first year we went to Horror Nights where they had the Parade of the Dead, and it was exactly the same, throwing beads.
Really
we had hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Throwing coins at you too.
I'll brag for Chris.
Yeah.
If Chris was here, he'd be like, yes, Alexa and I were king and queen, don't you know?
You sounded just like him.
Gavin DeGraw rode on the float with us.
Best friends now, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
There's also there's a spot in front of the Brown Derby hat shop that's called the Little Jester's viewing area. And that is specifically for families that have small children.
Oh, good
If they
idea.
want where they want a viewing area that doesn't involve like very tall people standing in front of you.
That's cool.
Yeah, because the opening night when I went, the spot that I was in, we had sat there for 3 hours.
Wow.
I wanted like a great spot for like, shooting and everything. And there were these children that literally came and stood directly in front of me and were like all over the place. And they were like running into the street to like get these beads. And it was terrifying.
Yeah.
So I think it's nice that they have this like special area for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good because you mentioned that. Did they advertise that during the day then, Maddie? Like, would a family going to the park know that was there?
It's on the app, and it's also on the like daytime map. And then there is just like for like the Superstar Parade, they have like they have the lines that they put up throughout the day and like the little like flaps over it that say Superstar Parade, like 5 o'clock. They have an area roped off in front of Brown Derby hat shop that has one of those panels that says like viewing area, Little Jesters, parade today, 6:15. So
that's
so
good.
in summary, your average guest, no.
Yeah, basically, it's weird that they don't advertise. I suppose because I assume it's not a massive area.
Yeah.
no, it's not that big.
Yeah.
But-
But it's still nice that they've provided that. So
And not tell anyone about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fit a lot of kids in the area, they're smaller, so.
that's true.
Can you just leave your kids there? Can you just go and take, right, kids, you watch it from there. Me and your mum are going to be over here getting we'll be back in about half an hour.
Has it got an electrified fence around it?
Like a raptor cage.
Yeah. I'm definitely in now.
They send the raptor out as the babysitter.
Perfect. Oh dear.
He's wearing a Jester hat, so it's nice.
Yeah, it's friendly. Oh man. Oh, right. Shall we calm down, have a rumour mill with Alicia, please?
Hi, this is Alicia Stella with news from the Rumor Mill. Attempting to stay true to my new nickname, I recently released a leaked piece of concept art for the new Potter coaster. The piece of art shows what the entire ride will look like once it's complete. While most of it is essentially what we can already see in aerial photography, there are a few bits that stand out. First, there is no building around the piece of track that we will climb up and then fall backwards on, just like I had mentioned when I was on the podcast. But we can see in the image how the finished rockwork will appear near the entrance to this backward spike. Other rockwork where Fluffy will be hiding is also visible in the artwork, as are some twisty tree trunks around the spiral up into the drop building. The most striking thing in the image to me is just how much water will be featured in the middle of the coaster. While we had seen water management permits a long time ago that showed that there would be water in the middle, I still hadn't really imagined just how beautiful it was going to be until seeing this. While it may still be a few more weeks until any official details are released for the new coaster, now rumored for a grand reveal on March 11th, I do have a rumored name to share. The name I have heard the most in recent months for the new ride is Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. However, it's looking like that might be shortened to just Hagrid's Magical Creatures, so it's not so much of a mouthful. Other rumors for the coaster include what we might see inside the queue. Some reports have different areas of Hogwarts Castle in the queue, accessible through secret tunnels while we're waiting in line. These would be areas that we have not yet seen in the Forbidden Journey queue, and might include the Great Hall, Hogwarts Kitchen, and more. No word yet on whether or not there'll be house elves preparing food in the kitchen. Also happening right now, new revised development plans for Universal Orlando's new theme park located near the Orange County Convention Center have been released to the public. These are much more detailed than the initial plans we saw last year, and they now include dedicated bus lanes in the middle of the roads leading from the original resort to the new park. We also now know for sure that the new theme park will in fact be opening with a flat parking lot and not parking garages. And most interesting to me, we can see all of the backstage roads for the new theme park on these plans. They indicate where fire rescue will be able to access the different areas of the park, but they also kind of show us where each of the different lands will be. Unlike the backstage road access for Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios Florida, these roads reach much further into the center of what we believe will be the new theme park. That fits with the rumor of the new park being a hub and spoke design. Without a lagoon in the middle, fire road access must be able to travel further into the center of the park. That's all for now. Be sure to check out the rumor mill articles at uuopodcast.com. And for a look at that Potter coaster concept art, check out my site, orlandoparkstop.com. See you next time.
If we get to see the Hogwarts kitchens in the queue for that, that'll be awesome, because that's something else that we've never seen in physical, because it wasn't shown in any of the films. It's obviously in the books, but it was never in the film, so that would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. I wonder if you will get to see any house elves.
I don't know how I feel about a flat parking lot for this park.
So you got to think when Universal Studios Florida opened, it was.
Yeah, but
it's just going to be so busy.
Yeah.
They're
going to get the same amount of traffic as to get at these two.
I wonder then.
It's going to be, the parking lot's going to be as big as the place.
Yeah.
If they go flat, it's going to have to be.
I wonder how much traffic they're looking bussing over from like Universal Orlando Resort down there, rather than people going down and parking there on their own. I don't know. It's still difficult to kind of get your head round the fact that they're going to have the main resort and then this weird little offshoot park down the road.
Mm-hmm.
No, what I'm wondering is, I wonder if it's kind of a budget thing at the moment. They've got enough land to be able to put a gigantic flat car park in. Because how many millions did the parking garage cost?
Oh, I've no idea.
It was a few.
I'm sure.
So it could be a measure at the moment. I mean, they haven't even broken ground, have they? So
they haven't even properly announced it yet, have they?
Well, don't forget, that'll only happen like 2 weeks before it opens. Yeah.
You'll walk into Universal one day and they'll be like, by the way, do you want to go to Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios Florida, or Fantastic Worlds? They go, what's Fantastic Worlds? Oh, the one that's just down there that's just opened today.
Yeah.
I just picture everybody gathering outside some Golden Gates, and Mike Aiello walks out and like hobbling on a cane. Oh, hello everyone! You joined me here today. And he does his little somersault. The fantastic world.
Yeah, it could just be a cost-cutting thing, or
I'm sure
the
the plans will change between now and whenever
course
it
they will.
opens anyway.
Of course.
Because that's the beauty. That's the beauty of them not announcing anything. They can do whatever they like because the only speculation out there is what we're talking about and what Alicia's talking about, people like that. So anything that changes it hasn't actually changed because they've never actually announced anything to change it from.
Exactly.
It's like when we had Alicia on and they've cancelled, what was it, the Pokemon Land thing, and she's like, how very funny. They've cancelled lands they've never announced.
Yeah. Yeah.
Similar thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they don't announce anything.
But quite possibly.
Yep. It could turn out to be Starbucks Land.
Think of all the times an announcement burned them at Horror Nights or something like that. So
Yeah.
maybe that's just why they don't do it.
Announcements are weird. Like Bob Iger for Disney just made a statement like last week saying that from now on, there's going to be no more marketing towards Star Wars Land. Like one day he's just going to be like, okay, it's open. And all of us cast members were like, wait, what? No.
You're going to tell us at least?
Yeah. Like I just have so many issues with it because it's going to create such a mad rush into all the hotels, into that poor park where oh man.
Oh, it's going to be a nightmare.
It's going to be so bad.
I don't believe they have any idea the impact it's going to have on Hollywood studios.
Yeah.
Well, you look at the chaos at Animal Kingdom when Pandora opened, and that's a property that no one really cares about. You're putting quite possibly the biggest franchise on the planet into the smallest, least accessible Disney park. It's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
And right now they have all of the Skyway like testing, and that Skyway terminal has cut off half the parking lot. Wow. And they haven't built any more parking lot.
Wow.
So they're going to be, the Skyway is going to be open hopefully within the next few months. And then it's only going to be functionally running for maybe 3 months before this brand new land just magically opens one day. Oh, man. I have so many issues with it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
In fairness, I'm sure they're not that bothered. They'll be like, it's people wanting to come. That's not a problem.
Exactly. Hello.
Anyway, back to Universal.
I think that's the most we've talked about Disney forever.
I know. Darren and Maddie, I believe you have some Mardi Gras add-ons for us.
Thanks for listening, Universal. We appreciate it.
Yeah, right. Literally right afterwards.
Yeah.
So, wait, where does this go? So was this me first?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see it down here at the bottom. Okay. So just to prove that Universal does actually listen to us, they have released details of 2 add-ons at this year's Mardi Gras event, which, first of all, we have the Bayou Boil, and that's $59.99 per adult plus tax and $39.99 per child plus tax.
Ouch.
Doesn't take as long to boil a child.
Tender of meat as well.
Oh, hang on.
So on select nights, guests can enjoy and all you can enjoy, Louisiana-style boil. I said it right. Boil, featuring crawfish, shrimp, potatoes, and corn on the cob, and upon request, chicken and andouille sausage jambalaya.
That's me.
After, guests will get an exclusive viewing area for the Mardi Gras parade with king cake, beignets, sparkling wine, and assorted non-alcoholic beverages to indulge in. The first Bayou Boil will start on February 16th and will continue on select weekend nights through March 31st. So it's already just started, actually.
How much do you need to eat to get $60 worth out of it? A lot.
Yeah.
Especially when most seafood boils and like that are like a $20 entry fee to eat as much as you can eat, So
where's this exclusive viewing area? Do we know, Maddie? Do you know where that is?
I do, yeah. I actually think me and Chris were talking about this when we met up yesterday. They were so smart in where they put it. So over by the, you exit out of the Transformers gift shop And there was that the overhang smoking area that looks out onto the lagoon.
Yes.
That is where they've put it. So they've taken out all of those benches that were in the smoking section, and they've put in the tent and these like really long picnic tables. They've gated it off, and the entrance of it is just that one like tiny sidewalk that goes in, and that's where they have like the check-in desks. And then when the street, like when the performers come out onto the streets, a different set of performers goes over and kind of entertains the people that are eating at the broil for like a set amount of time.
Cool.
Yeah. So I think it's perfect.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's starting to sound a little bit more like worth your while now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It doesn't say how long it lasts.
Hey, until you finish eating.
All you can enjoy. So they'll come round and go, are you still enjoying it? Yes, I'm still enjoying it. You're like literally flat out. Like you'll be throwing up. Are you enjoying it?
Get out of here.
Yeah, I like the sound of that one.
Yeah, it looks super fun. And I'm looking at the Universal app right now, and it looks like they just added a tab on the Mardi Gras like page on the app that says buy, and you can through the app purchase like right there the boil and then the Mardi Gras parade experience, which I will now talk about.
Woo, what a segue!
Whoa, yeah. So along with the broil, there is also a second add-on, and that is a Mardi Gras parade dessert and cinematic viewing experience. Ooh, yes.
Ooh.
So for $49.99 per adult plus tax and $29.99 per child plus tax, on available select nights from March 13th to April 4th, guests can get the best view of the Mardi Gras parade while enjoying an assortment of non-alcoholic drinks. And then after the parade, the party does not stop because guests will also be able to sample specialty desserts and drink sparkling wine and more while viewing the Universal Orlando's cinematic celebration in a special exclusive viewing area.
This sounds exactly like the Christmas one that Tim Tracker basically went, it was a bit meh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they're offering something.
True.
You know, we complain that they're not offering something.
True.
Don't knock them down for offering something.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the first one sounds a better value than the second one. If I was going to do either of them, I'd be more likely to do the boil than the parade dessert and cinematic celebration viewing thing, especially $50 a head for that one. Like, I can eat. And all you're getting is, desserts and some non-alcoholic drinks. And then a bit of sparkling wine later on. I think you've got to eat a lot more dessert to get your money's worth than you're eating
seafood.
Yeah.
I would starve myself all day before that broil. Because I've been to a broil before and they are so much fun, but wow, you fill up so fast. Because they just dump it all out in front of you and you just kind of pick it up off the table. You're like, oh, this is great. Oh, sweet. This is great.
Okay.
I think I might be doing that. I'll leave you two to watch the parade. I'm doing that.
We'll go do the dessert one.
Okay. It's expensive though when you look at it as if you're a family of four.
Yeah.
2 adults and 2 kids. Even just the parade one's $160 for
what's
4
the
of
age? What's the age limit for a kid?
9.
So yeah. So you've
Will
got
it be
kids
9?
over.
I don't know whether it'd be different because obviously they charge 9 to get in because you're tall. They judge you tall enough to ride everything. But as far as that, it's like how much can you eat as a 9-year-old? Nout apparently.
Yeah, but then at 12, and don't stop eating for the next
Raymond, when
10
he was
years.
13, he'd eat yours and everyone else's.
Oh yeah.
The app says ages 3 to 9 for children.
So a 10-year-old isn't going to eat. So you basically, for a 10-year-old, you're paying an adult price.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and 10-year-old's not going to eat $50 worth of.
Yeah.
They're not going to touch any seafood or any other food that has touched seafood. So
no, probably not.
Yeah.
Throw all that out.
Raymond, he likes his shrimp, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, probably not. You're right.
But when they see the crawfish on the table with everything else, they're going to be like, no thanks.
Yeah. But again,
No one has eyes.
It's looking at me while I eat it.
but no vegetable jambalaya.
No, it's
It's
funny. I meant to
excluding
bring that up, actually, yeah.
Veggies and vegans. So,
That'd actually be interesting to reach out and find out whether
Yeah.
there are any vegetarian options.
I mean, it might be just one of those things they're not advertising, but if you ask, they can do it. You know, but in this day and age, they should advertise it if they can do it.
Yeah. Actually,
know.
I just saw, it's so funny you brought that up because I just saw an advertisement for a thing here in Tampa that they were doing a vegetarian and vegan, like a fish fry and fish boil kind of same thing, but without like a fishless fry and a fishless boil.
Okay.
And they had alternatives for everything.
Right.
Like instead of like shrimp, they had the like fried cauliflower bites and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, they used alternatives for everything like that. So
Cool.
it would be cool if they did something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
Because it can be done. There's plenty of alternatives out there now, so...
Yeah, and I would much rather go for that than the seafood thing myself too.
Yeah.
So they would have a big market for other people.
Yeah.
too.
There you go. Right. I think that's going to do it. It's been a full show.
It has.
Yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. If you go to Mardi Gras, enjoy. Let us know what you think.
See, Maddie should be there. I've no
Yeah.
doubt.
If you're not, come and sit in the corner with me and cry.
I'm there next
But I'm there
year.
next year. That's what I was going to say. So it's only for a year I've got to cry again. So for Lee, Darren, Maddie and myself, this has been episode 339 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
Cut, print, that's a wrap for another episode of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Never miss a show by subscribing on Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and review while you're there. Not an Apple user? You can listen on Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, or your podcatcher of choice. Email us any questions or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. Keep up with the latest news, rumors, and updates on our blog at uuopodcast.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week.